All right, welcome to the third session of career building workshop. In this third session, we are going to be looking at the startup journey from idea to launch. In this session, we are going to be also we have been dwelling so much on the career professional. We'll also be taking a look at the career entrepreneur. How you can also start up, assuming you want to build a business and all that. A lot of people have great ideas, but only a few take the bold step to launch it. For career professionals, you see, they were being a doctor, being a digital marketer, being a fashion designer means that you have an idea about a problem that you want to solve, and there were little steps that people want to see. For example, there is something called a minimum viable product. A minimum viable product is the ability to define and design the product you want to offer or the services that you want to offer to a point where people can see value in it, and to a point where it will profile solution to a specific problem. What this means in practical terms is that, for example, you want to be a fashion designer. What is your model? You see, before people can begin to engage you on a professional term and pay you the professional value and give you the professional respect that should be accorded to your area, or even pay you as much as they should pay you, and not pay you like a roadside tailor. Take a fashion designer, for example, somebody who is beginning a career in fashion design. Whether he wants to start your own business or not, you need to be able to show some result. If we go to your profile online, we go to your online profile, we should be able to see some of the things you have designed, some of the things that you have done. And so your journey does not begin on the job. Your journey begins with designing a minimum valuable product. And this is not going to happen on your first job role. As a matter of fact, you are going to get your first job role on the strength of your ability to be able to showcase, to be able to demonstrate that what you have been able to do, the services that you can render so far, is valuable. It can be measured up to a minimum valuable product, right? That it provides solution to some problems. You can't go for an interview, whether it is voluntary service you want to render, or it's an internship, or it's a proper job, and not be able to tell the types of problem you can solve and how you can solve it. And how can you do this if you have not been able to take some baby steps before then? And so, as somebody wants to go into fashion design, for example, want to build the skill in fashion design, begins with you learning how to design, begins with you learning the art and the craft itself. And when you are done learning the art and the craft itself, it's important for you to be able to do a few things, come up with your own design, and then carry out this design, give it to a few people, whether it is free or you are able to get them to at least give you some compensation for it, and let them wear it and let them give you testimonials. These things are very, very critical, because sometimes we are so focused on getting a job that we don't focus on what will give us the job. We lose sight of what we actually guarantee us the job, and this is very, very critical, right? So you define the problems that you want to solve, and the problem that is available in the market that you want to solve, the problems people are facing that you want to solve. Then you determine whether you're actually passionate about solving that particular problem. Then you look for the skills and the resources that is needed to solve that particular problem. You don't just want to fall in love with an idea. You don't just want to go apply for just any job just because you are jobless. You want to focus on applying for things that falls within your preview, things that falls within your capacity, things that falls within your area of experience, things that you have the capacity to deliver on, and that you can demonstrate that capacity, and that capacity can be seen, it can be visualized, it can be felt. Right now, that is very, very critical. We'll take this brief commercial break, and when we return, we'll look at validating your idea.
Hi there. Thank you for choosing to participate in our workshop. We're thrilled to have you on this learning journey with us. If you just came across this video online or on our channel, you can access all the workshop videos on our website at jomorc.com or on our YouTube channel at Jomo Mentorship. Looking to take your skills to the next level? Explore a wide range of in-depth courses at elearn.jomorc.com. Here's a glimpse of what we offer. Number 1, digital marketing fundamentals. Number 2, website optimization and marketing. Number 3, search engine marketing. Number 4, social media marketing. Number 5, content marketing. Number 6, email marketing. Number 7, digital analytics and reporting. Number 8, mobile marketing. Number 9, online reputation management. Number 10, artificial intelligence in digital marketing. Number 11, content creation and copywriting. And finally, number 12, affiliate and CPA marketing. Whether you prefer learning remotely or at your own pace, we've got you covered with flexible and engaging learning experience. Visit elearn.jomorc.com today and start building the future.
All right, welcome back from that quick commercial break. Now let's talk about validating your idea. Now, before you invest your time and money into any profession, into any idea, you want to make sure that that particular idea, is validated, so that you avoid, wasting your time and resources. You want to ensure that, as we mentioned earlier, that particular craft, that particular skill is something that is going to be around, is something that is going to be available on the long term, it's something that has the capacity to stay on the long term, right? Now, that is very, very important. How can you achieve this? Number 1 is to talk to potential patronizers or potential customers. If you are a career entrepreneur, you want to ask people who are going to buy that product from you, interview a few people, ask them questions, and listen and learn about what they want and how they want it. If you are somebody that wants to take up a job role, you need to do some little investigation, find out which companies are hiring people within your line, people within your skill, people within that particular profession. What are their demands? What are their requirements? What are the things they are looking for? You need to take your time and explore all of this. The next is to offer a basic version of your service or product. If you are a career entrepreneur, you want to also be able to offer a sample of what you are capable of doing. If you are a career professional, you want to go out to these companies and meet them. Even if they are not hiring, just go and meet them and tell them, I'm into this, I'm into that. It's just like what you call cold calling. You understand? When you go there, they're going to ask you a couple of questions. It might not even necessarily be that you want to work with the company or that you are ready to work at the moment, but you want to have an insight into what they are actually looking for, right? And how they interact, and how you can, because from that interaction you can actually deduce a lot of things. So you can go there with the manager, with the HR manager, whoever that is in charge of recruitment, try to talk with the person. Once you meet the person in the office and you tell the person that you would like to take up roles with them, they're going to ask you a couple of questions. And from those questions that they're going to ask you, of course, they're going to tell you we are not hiring now, but of course, you can press them forward and say, okay, I just want to have an idea about what it means to get the job with you guys. What are the requirements and all that. Get to interact with them. From that interaction, you're able to get what it is exactly that they are looking for. And the next is using surveys, polls, and interviews. For all of us, you can interview people who are on that job role. Ask them what have they been doing actually, the practicality of it, right? What does it really involve? You see, sometimes what you see on company website about the roles, about the job roles, they be quite different from what is actually happening, or does not completely communicate the reality of being on the job. So you can interview people who are on the job already, You can take surveys. You can ask them questions. What does it feel like to be a doctor? What does it feel like to be a digital marketer in this industry, in this particular company? How your day-to-day, what is the day-to-day like? Every day, what is like? So all of these things gives you insight. It gives you the ability, the opportunity to validate your idea and see if that profession is actually for you, right? Next is how to move from concept to action. Number one is for you to build a name and a brand for yourself. It's important for you to choose a simple, meaningful name, and a basic brand identity. Whether you are a career professional or you're a career entrepreneur, most especially for career entrepreneurs, you need to have logos, you need to have tagline, you need to have social media handles. The same thing goes for a career professional. You need to have a logo for yourself, an identity for yourself. You need to have a name for yourself, and that is very, very critical. You need to come up with what we call a professional name and a professional tagline for yourself. Next is to establish your presence. If you're a business, you want to register and go through the necessary legal and regulatory compliances. And also, if you are an individual, you want to get some preliminary certifications that you may need to be able to enter into the industry. There are some industries that if you don't have certain certifications, you are not going to be able to enter it. You talk about, let's say, accountancy, you talk about the banking, you talk about other highly regulated and highly professional like engineers, lawyers and all that. There are some certifications that you need in order to be able to even start. You understand? So you need to find out those certifications, get the certifications, get those recognitions, register with those bodies, with those with those institutions that can help you boost to say, okay, that people can ask you, okay, are you a member of this? Are you a member of that? Are you a member of this? All of these bodies, you understand, that can give you credibility. You want to consider registering with them. The next is creating a basic structure. If you are starting a business, you want to set up a simple business plan, accounting systems, and communication channel. In the same way, also as somebody who is a career professional who just want to get started, you also need to build your own structures. How do you know if a particular company is hiring? And so you want to get yourself into those places and into those platforms where companies very often goes to advertise for jobs and all that. So you need to get yourself into all of these spaces. Now, we take this quick commercial break, and when we return, I'm going to be talking about the startup mindset.
Hi there. Thank you for choosing to participate in our workshop. We're thrilled to have you on this learning journey with us. If you just came across this video online or on our channel, you can access all the workshop videos on our website at jomorc.com or on our YouTube channel at Jomo Mentorship. Looking to take your skills to the next level? Explore our wide range of in-depth courses at elearn.jomorc.com. Here's a glimpse of what we offer. Number 1, business planning and implementation. Number 2, business documentation and accounting. Number 3, business registration and legalization. Number 4, agribusiness establishment and management. Number 5, decoration and event planning enterprise. Number 6, fashion design enterprise. Number 7, food processing and packaging. Number 8, green energy enterprise. Number 9, oil and gas enterprise. Number 10, real estate and construction enterprise. Number 11, technology and security enterprise. And number 12, fintech and e-commerce enterprise. Whether you prefer learning remotely or at your own pace, we've got you covered with our flexible and engaging training experiences. Visit elearn.jomorc.com today and start building the future you deserve.
All right, welcome back from that quick commercial break. Now let us talk about the startup mindset. You see, starting up anything is a very tough thing to do, especially depending on what it is that you are starting. But then, irrespective of whatever it is that you are starting, it's something that I believe requires certain level of determination, requires proper mindset. When we mentioned the phases of career growth earlier, we did mention the entry level, and we did mention that at the entry level there are certain things that are very, very important for you to take note of, right? And the first thing I want to mention is being ready to learn and learn fast. It's not enough for you to be ready to learn. You need to be able to learn as fast as possible. You need to be able to develop a mindset where you see every challenge as a chance for you to grow. Don't run away from tasks, don't run away from assignments, don't run away from challenges. Embrace challenges, look for challenges, find a way to do something outside of what you are capable of doing, and see how difficult it is for you. You understand? It exposes you. So at all times, you don't want to be at your best. You want to be able to, every time when you finding that you are at your best, you want to do something that can challenge you, something that can push you, right? And that is very, very critical. The next is to embrace your mistakes. You see, mistakes are very, very valuable way of learning. Mistakes gives you the opportunity to feel it. You understand? When you make mistakes, you have a hands-on experience of what it means to fail, of what it means not to meet up, of what it means, to come short for, right? And this can be very, very valuable. Of course, it's something that holds a lot of people behind from striving, from moving forward. But as somebody who is going to begin to have that mindset where you see mistake as a big opportunity, right? And the third, which I'm going to talk about, is to stay adaptable. You need to be able to be flexible, right? You need to be a kind of a person that can fit into any system and into any circumstances, as long as it is not to the extreme, right? You may find yourself in an uncomfortable working environment. You may find yourself, under a superior that is not so superior. You may find yourself under somebody that doesn't have a lot of virtues, and it makes the work a bit more difficult, a bit more challenging for you. But that is not going to be the only time that you're going to meet such kinds of people on your career journey. Remember that we are talking about the next 30 years, the next 40 years of your life, you are going to commit into this profession. So there is no likelihood that you're only going to meet those set of people once. But now that you have met them, it is time for you to adapt, it is time for you to learn, it is time for you to accommodate, it is time for you to expand your mind. And those are very, very critical. Starting a career, whether you are a career entrepreneur or you are a career professional, it's not about perfection. It's not about being perfect. It's about having a minimum valuable product or service or skill that you are able to offer, something that at least can start up, can solve a problem, something that people can buy into. And this is very, very critical, because sometimes we are stuck wanting everything to be perfect. It is about where you start and how you are able to grow over a period of time, over 2 years, over 3 years. And this is very, very critical. So it is important that you start where you are and commit yourself to learning, commit yourself to growing as you go along the line. What I need you to do today is to write out your top three job roles or your top 3 business ideas that you want to launch, and then choose one and take and take a validation of it. Find out whether it is viable. What 3 jobs role will you like to take up? Let's say in digital marketing, do you have the skills as we mentioned in session 2 of this workshop? And also go forward to look at what companies are putting out there about the job roles for those particular positions. Thank you very much for joining this session. I will see you in the 4th session, but don't forget that in the description of this video, you have the links to other sessions of this workshop. Thank you very much. See you in the next.